Hey Emily, how's it going? Looking at your second submission here. Let's take a look. So I think, yeah, I start to like what you got going on here. Let me see if I remember how to use hotkeys in this program. So this is kind of the right idea, but let me get my drawing tool here. I kind of feel like, going back to our walks, okay, so some of the things I'm noticing right away is this foot kind of jumps forward from one frame to the next, so I would leave that planted. Maybe, let me turn off ghosting real quick here. So leave it planted, roll it up, it's maybe do something a little bit more natural for this. I don't know, it kind of goes back to our walk cycle a little bit, or maybe more than just a little bit, but maybe this needs to just be a little bit more natural of a step forward. Because here you kind of lose all forward momentum from the body turning ghosting back on. Like the pelvis kind of stays. You can see where the pelvis is here. On your next pose, the pelvis is pretty much the same. So maybe, I know you don't have a lot of time for this, unfortunately, but given ideal circumstances, I would say maybe shoot some reference of you stepping, or find some reference of someone stepping, um, and getting like almost the anticipation of a jump. You know what I mean? There's yeah, and then so this instinct is great here where you're going down to this anticipation pose. Let's see, am I on or off right now? There's no way to tell. Anyways, I would keep that moving forward, like here, like in this. The idea to compress is great, but I kind of feel like the whole point of this step is to get a little forward momentum, so that it looks like you're plausibly like taking off. And this is really where like the weight and stuff happens. And then here it's like this pose is here. And this pose would be great if your launch point was like down here or back here somewhere, kind of like on the edge of the screen, right? To get like that line of action flowing through the body, leading back from where it came from. But if it's here, it looks like, and again, I'm hoping you can get a little bit further ahead so that launch point is going to be more like out here if your squash is like in this region. I'm not going to bother to draw another person. I'm just kind of giving you where the blocky area is, and then whatever your flight line takes off from wherever their last position was. And then yeah, kind of the same idea here where if your body's here on your flight, then I kind of like this makes it look like it went up and then back kind of like that. And I think maybe it's okay just to simplify it, just to keep it like straight ahead, like just shooting up. And of course, like with your spacing, when you launch, you're going to want to have like pretty big spacing. And I'm not saying this is your exact spacing, of course. This is just to kind of show what I would expect. And then when it gets up at this apex, the spacing gets tighter and tighter because they're about to like change direction, right? Like this is kind of falling down like this, which looks like the energy of the launch is kind of exhausted at this point, and they're coming back down. But then they glide and they catch themselves. So you're gonna have to pay close attention to your arcs here. Like if this is your center here and this is your center here, if you want to get to this center, let me give us some more frames on this. Okay, let's say like that. Like you're gonna have to really like get another pose down here to show that like swoop up into this pose. Yeah, and then this one may, you gotta like get out of it. So maybe this center of gravity should be more like here. So just really pay attention to this stuff as you start to work in some break-ins and breakdowns, I should say, and in-betweens. You know, make it all flow when you go to spline. And then here, you know, again, I'm not sure what your exact like spacing is going to look like, but you can see how it slows, like the distance between here and here is shorter than the distance between here and here. So, you know, this is probably, again, should be your biggest spacing between these last two poses, as something kind of like accelerates down, right? Like the spacing here is going to be much closer together, and then as it picks up speed, it's going to be farther apart until you actually like catch yourself here, right? So if your foot's like here, then your red foot should also be here. So maybe like just scooch this whole pose open to keep over. Jeez, sorry. You know, keep your foot there, and then after this pose, yeah, you want some like follow through, like the horizontal momentum is taking a little, just a little bit of time to like get under control, you know? So that's, yeah, that's kind of like what I'm thinking. Those are my initial thoughts about this. Yeah, hopefully you've been barreling ahead without these notes specifically. But yeah, keep working the step poses. I think, you know, this is all due tomorrow. Is it Friday that this is due? I can check my calendar quickly. Let's see. Yeah, tomorrow. So try to get it splined, try to get it smoothed out and looking good. You know, I can give you till like midnight, end of day Friday, right? When it's due, but I don't think there's not a lot of flexibility in these makeup assignment deadlines, unfortunately. So just, yeah, good luck. And I look forward to seeing your stuff tomorrow. Yeah. All right. Talk to you soon.